must admit that I haven't heard much about the gospel lesson for today in terms of the specifics of the appointment of the 72 additional disciples that Jesus sent ahead of him to places that he intended to visit. I wondered why that was the case, so I did a little internet searching about those guys. Sure, they were most likely had been men, but they could just as well have been women. Why don't we know their names? Why didn't they leave behind their journals for us to read like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John did? What I found out is that their stories were not about them. They were about Jesus. And so their stories could be about any one of us. Jesus sent them out just like he sends us out. He sent them out to teach, to heal, and to proclaim the living Christ in their midst, in every town and place that Jesus intended to visit. Like these disciples, we too are to proclaim the good news and to do the work of Christ wherever we go. And like them, we must be prepared not to have an easy job of it. We will not always be well received. And yet, while it will be difficult, we don't have to go alone. Jesus tells us that we will have companions to accompany us, and we will have partners along the way who will provide us with what we need. Further, we don't have to stick around any place that we're not well received. We can do this. We can all be disciples. In fact, if we read the psalm for today, we find some bold language that can apply to our attitude. As we set out on our way, we can be stout-hearted and courageous. And would it not be great if we left behind a few journals of our faith journeys for our loved ones to read someday? We just need to be sure that they're not just stories about us and how God uses us, but stories focused on the glory of Jesus. Well, that might be a little bit more difficult, but I believe we can do this. Amen.